Now this is a pretty good representation of how the past month or so has gone. Every time I go to try to fix something, it either can't be fixed or something else breaks. It's not all for me. My daughter must have ordered something too. Welcome back to the shop. My name is Mark, and this is the Malarkey Taylor channel. Thank you so much for joining us out here. It has been a while since I have been on the camera because life gets in the way sometimes. And I got an email notification just yesterday, and it said I had a comment on one of my videos. So thank you, Big Ben, or whatever it was, 44-9er 1012, for reaching out and asking questions, because that reminds me that I should probably check in. And actually that made me see that I had crossed over 2,100 subscribers, which is pretty crazy for an IT guy with a workshop and a couple of crappy videos. So I really appreciate it. I just assumed that my audience was my family all the time, and 2,100, that's more than I have for a family. So thank you all for stopping out and checking out the lovely shop here. We've been going along, just kind of haven't taken the camera with us for various reasons. One of them being that the last video was really kind of a downer, and I didn't feel like having the camera running anymore. The other part of it was I took a vacation with my family, went to Florida, and then we had some problems with our camper and came back. It was blah blah blah, the whole big deal. And the camera went with me in the vacation, but didn't really ever come out of the camper from vacation. So we're back, kind of. We've been in the shop. I've been in the shop working on stuff. We lifted my brother's Jeep, which you guys didn't see. We fixed my dad's Jeep. We fixed my dad's boat. We welded some stuff for my other brother, or no, for my dad, and then we fixed my other brother's stuff. We've got a tractor here right now. This is my dad's tractor. We've got to fix the bars on the arm, and this is the main thing that's probably going to come up next. If you got here from one of the Mercedes videos, you probably saw this guy before. I got back from a long trip, pulled into the driveway, and I was checking for something. I pushed on the brake pedal really hard, and the brake pedal just went to the floor, and that was all she wrote. And it actually popped both front brake lines. This guy right there, that popped, blew brake fluid everywhere. And then same on this side, right there. So we are waiting on parts. They have been ordered. That's what I thought that box was, but it's not. So I'm thinking I might do another video on that, because I'm doing basically a full brake job. I think today I'm going to pull the back ones off and see if I can see any issues with the back brakes. The other thing that's going on, this is kind of like a shop update vlog type of a thing. The trailer is blown out right now, but I've got to put a brake release switch on that. This is a little bit strange. A video from about 5 or 6 years ago, I put my air compressor in the back shed. Now that air compressor came to me in a scrap load, basically. It was used professionally in a industrial or a commercial fab shop for several years, and then it came to me. I should probably get a flashlight, but she died. So I think it is seized up entirely. I'm not sure if it's the motor or the pump, but I don't have air, and that thing, I use it way more than I ever thought, and you don't recognize how much you use it until it doesn't work. So that's kind of what we're tinkering on today. And But main thing, thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button and coming along for this ride. The rest of this video is probably just going to be me tinkering around the shop today, and then whatever I put together at the end of it is what it is. I'm thinking my next video will probably be on the brakes for the Mercedes, because that there's the Mercedes content does pretty well. So anyway, thanks for stopping out. Let's get to it. I'm gonna get some lights and get back there and see if I can figure out what's going on with that air compressor and go from there. All right, now we should be able to maybe see what we got going on. All right, this is used industrial air compressor. It's what I've had power in my shop. It is completely drained right now because it won't run. So I got to go in and make sure that the breaker's on. I don't know. Nope. So let me go check the breaker and come back, and then we'll go to town on this thing, see if we can get her running. Kind of looks like we had some kind of debris here. Rubber or something. I don't know. Let's see if we can see if it's movable. Let's see. Will it spin? Oh, it's spinning on the belt. The belt's not spinning. Oh, it's spun that time. All right. Well, let's go put the breaker. Let's put power to it and see what we got. Fire in the hole. Well, doesn't like that. Are we spinning, or are we just solid? We're just solid. So that sucker doesn't want to start. I guess we got to take the fence off of it. Oof. And see if it'll run without the belt on it, right? That's what we want to do. I don't know. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do, because that motor seems like it wants to go, but it's probably too much for the start load. That's what there should be, a compression release on here. Compression release should be gone because it's been sitting long enough, and there's no pressure in the tank, so that sucker should just spin over. So either that's too hard to start, which is entirely possible, or the motor's locked up, which is also entirely possible. Oh, I also got a new lawnmower. I had two other ones and they weren't doing the job. Little did this lawnmower know it's going to show up and become a tool holder. But pretty much anything around here becomes a tool holder. You come out of there. So I think we're still live in the shop. There we go. Alright, so to take the belt off, I've got to loosen up this motor and slide it in. And then if I can't get it free enough doing that, then I got to take this cage off, which is kind of a pain, so I'm going to leave that till later, because I know I'm gonna have to do it, but why would I put my head in front of the light? Come on, hit it! Come on, hit it! Give me noise. There we go. There we go. Now we can loosen these guys probably the same way. Just give it a little bit of a... That's probably enough. Okay. Didn't even need the metric adjustable. Okay. There. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now I'll plug that guy in and see if she works. Alright. Fire in the hole. Yeah, she works. Motor's good. Problems in the pump. That's harder to fix. Okay. My battery's low too. I feel the same way. All right, we got to figure out a pump situation. But now we know. Now we know. Do we know how to rebuild them? Do we want to bother with that? I don't have time for this. Well, I think that's going to be it for now. Let's go find something else to do. Okay. Well, we didn't move on because I don't know how to let go of things. But here's what we got, right? So this is I got the screen off just a little bit. I got the belt out. Belt's in fine shape. This guy is free. I don't think the pump's bad. I think it's making all the pumpy noises. It's not super hard to spin. And for what I think that should. I have no reference about whether or not that's too hard or not, but I don't think it is. I think that's on par for normal. I think maybe we have a start capacitor issue, and one of our capacitors or our starters is bad in the motor. So what I can try to do is put the belt back on and see if it'll start it. And if it won't start it, then I can loosen the belt, start the motor, and then push it into the belt and see if once the motor's going, if I can use the belt as a clutch to get it going. Because if the motor will run it when it's running but not start it, it's probably something in the motor that's a starter. So it can't start under load, and even though the decompression is making it so that this is easier to start than if it was starting under compression, it still needs an extra amp load to start, and so therefore that would put me back at the motor. So I don't know. Yeah. Yep. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna do a little bit more testing and see what we can see. Okay. Let's see what we can see here. So if we slide this guy back into that and tighten up one or two bolts. I have a feeling this is coming back off. Okay, I gotta tighten that up. Okay, let's see what we got. This is off, that's on. That's gonna make a big giant noise. Alright, I don't want you falling into anything here. So you just go down there like that. Okay. Alright, now. If this should be locked up because now it's got belt tension on it. The motor, if the motor doesn't start, then we think we know what's going on. So here we go. Let me take my hand off of that. Yeah. Oop, oop. What was that? Well, it doesn't like doing that. No, it let the spicy juice out. All right, so that means if we either stick something there and get it going, or we set the motor off to the side and start it and then kick it in. Let's set the motor off to the side and start it and then see if we can kick it into the belt. No, that's a bad idea to throw the belt right off. Maybe we loosen it up a little bit just so that there's some slide on that belt. Okay. There's probably a way to test those capacitors. I should call my Uncle Roger and say, hey, I got something going on here you got to help me out with. All right, let's try it with less pressure on the belt. Oh, we killed it. Yeah, that spicy juice was enough to do something. Nope. Allow motor to cool. Oh, did we kill our switch? Is that what we did? Or did we pop the breaker? After these messages, we'll get some more coffee. I think I might have burnt up this switch now with my little shenanigans and letting the spicy juices out. Maybe I should see if I could see in there, but this is the wrong screwdriver for it. That spins, it's not locked up. That spins when it has the right power to it. I think I need to phone a friend. I'm gonna phone a friend, but not today. It's too hot out here. It's like 11 bajillion degrees centigrade Fahrenheit, so we gotta get some airflow. I really need to give up on this for today. I just want to know where I need to be with parts. Am I replacing the whole unit? Am I replacing a switch? Am I replacing a motor? I don't know, and I'd really like to know so that I don't have to come back out here and do discovery again. It doesn't bother me so much that stuff breaks. I get it. It's the way my life has gone the entire life. That's what it is. It's break fix. You look at my channel. I'm just a guy fixing stuff for people. But what the problem is that when I go to fix stuff, I need tools to fix stuff. And so then I need a tool to fix the thing. And if the tool to fix the tools breaks, then how do I fix the stuff? Is this working? This is working. Is that plugged in? It's not plugged in. That's working. Ah. This is the problem. Ah. Okay. All right. Let's start with the switch. That'll do it. All right. So here's what I got going on. Okay. If you're familiar with 220 volt motors or 220 volt anything, you have two power leads coming in. So this outlet is two power leads and a ground. Two power leads and a ground. The ground goes over to here. Power lead, power lead, power lead, and then this switch connects the two together, right? So there's two contacts down in here, one on this side and one on the other side. And for whatever reason, let me see if I can show you this with my hands occupied. Well, let's see. You're magnetic. Maybe I can. Here, you just tilt down a little bit. All right, let's show you what I'm talking about. This is off, so that it should be down at 0. Can I get some better lighting here? There we go. Can you see that? Yeah, y'all can see that, right? All right, so that should be 0, and then it should go to 0, 0, 0, 0. Oh, there we go. And then when I click this switch, right? See how that goes to 0, 0, 0, 0? Now if I go to this other leg, I don't have power. That should do the same thing, and I'm not getting it at all. So I have no connection between these. It's working, but it's not working. So what that means is that this motor is only getting 120 volts and it's only running on one winding, and that is no bueno. That's how you burn up a motor, burn out down buildings, do things like that. So that kind of answers my question. First things first, we've got to order a switch. I gotta say, there's probably one that's bigger and more heavier duty that fits this machine than that thing, because that thing doesn't even let the wire that's supposed to go in it. So my memory serves me right. I put that on, so it's probably my fault, which is usually the case for most things. But we have answers, we have a path forward, and that's all we were looking for today. I'm gonna keep tinkering. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna get as much done as I can, and I'll bring you guys back if there's anything interesting. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for stopping. I'll see you on the next one.